Last Halloween, my boyfriend and I went to pick up my 9-year-old son, Matthew, from a kid's Halloween party 3 blocks down. As we drove by the neighborhood, we saw people dressed in Halloween costumes, celebrating with their family and friends. Kids were all going home with their parents. I was feeling worried for my son as the streets started to empty minute after minute. We were just 1 block away when 3 boys on a speeding motorcycle passed our car, yelling and behaving like cavemen on a hunt.
God, how old are they?
15, probably? 16?
Do you think they're high?
Those were teenagers, Robbie, and this is Halloween. Where were you on your 16th Halloween?
Not wandering around like mad dogs, that's for sure.
I find that hardly believable.
What, woman? You know I don't lie.
Yeah, not to me. Robbie started tickling me while driving, and I burst out into laughter. The 3 boys were driving in front of us. Stop it! Keep your eyes on the road! Robbie honked the horn, but the boys didn't move. Instead, I heard one of them yell.
Shut up!
Robbie honked the horn again and yelled back.
Move out of the way, morons!
And the boys slowed down. They arrived just right beside us and all stared at us at the same time. All 3 boys had no fear in their eyes, just creepy smiles.
What? What the hell are you staring at?
The boys slowed down and we drove away. I could see from the rearview mirror that they made us stop and watched us leave. A gut-wrenching feeling of dread gave me a shiver. I don't know why, but I got angry at Robbie for messing with those kids. Why do you do these things? You think you're still 19?
Those kids probably have the worst parents in the world. Take my word for it.
After driving for another 5 minutes, we reached the party. All the kids were gone by then. I called Mrs. Kensky. Hi, Mrs. Kensky. Please get Matthew. We're waiting outside. You know, I'm so glad that Matthew's making friends. I was always worried about his shy nature. And now that... Robbie, are you even listening to me?
I think those boys are following us.
What? Where?
Look behind us.
I slowly turned my head at the back of the car and saw those 3 boys sitting on their bike coming at us. Right before passing our car, one of them threw an egg at our windshield, screaming obscenities.
Suck eggs! Whoa! I'm gonna teach him a lesson.
Matthew got into the car, waving his friends goodbye, and I heard Robbie starting the car engine. I could tell he was angry at those boys. I tried to stop him. Let it go, Robbie. Let's just go home, okay?
I ain't no coward. That too from 3 puberty-stricken monkeys.
But Robbie never listened to me. He was a good man and always said, in order to be happy, you must take care of others' happiness too. I wish that night he didn't follow those boys. I wish that night we never met them. After driving for 5 minutes straight, we caught up to them. Robbie peeked his head from the window and yelled,
You freaks, don't your parents taught you how to behave?
Once they saw us, they increased their speed. Robbie followed them too. Enough now, Robbie! Just drive home, okay? Robbie caught up to them again, and as we came side by side, one of the boys screamed at me.
Who's that, old man? Your Virgin Mary? Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Throw more eggs at him.
And that's when the shower of eggs began. The boys started throwing eggs at us like bullets.
Ah! What the hell? Stop!
Ah! Robbie! But they didn't stop until they bathed us in eggs. Our windshield was dripping of yolks, and after a point, we couldn't drive anymore. So we had to stop. Just when we stopped, those boys stopped too. Robbie got down from the car, and so did I. I stood near the car while Bobby walked towards those boys. The boys were unexpectedly brave. Even after pulling all that sick behavior, they never ran away. They just stood there as if they feared no one. Robbie started screaming at them.
What the hell is wrong with you people? Is that how you talk to the women at your house? And what the heck did you just do to my car? Well, don't you have enough money, old man? Didn't Mary's father pay you enough to marry her? You're so funny, Ryan. Shut up, dumbass. You guys are sick. Do you even know that, Ryan? So, what are you gonna do? Arrest us? Hey! Don't you dare me, okay? Don't you ever dare me. Just go home and get yourself checked. Bloody psychos.
Saying this, Robbie turned around to come back to the car. He didn't see the gun one of those boys took out from his pocket. I could feel my blood rush to my veins. I screamed, "Oh my God, Robbie!"
What?
Robbie looked back at those boys, and as he saw the gun, his face turned pale. He raised his hands and said in a shaking voice,
Dude, you don't need to do this. Listen to me. Just go home, okay? Just...
On Halloween 1998, Carl Jackson was picking up his girlfriend's 9-year-old son from a party when some teenagers began egging their car and shouting rude comments about his girlfriend's costume. Jackson then jumped out of the car and confronted the delinquents. After a short argument, Jackson returned to the vehicle. As Jackson and his girlfriend began driving away with their 9-year-old son in the back, one of the pranksters, 17-year-old Curtis Sterling, withdrew a gun and fired a single shot into the rear window of the car. Carl Jackson was struck in the head and pronounced dead a short time later.